Today we make the quarantine order. It seems like this drink gets confused as something that came out around COVID or is named because it was created around that time. I know I've been confused by that in the past as well, but it was around this time, 2019 to 2020-ish, when it became more popular, but the drink was created earlier. This one was originally put together by William Preston when he was at the Tonga Room in San Francisco, and then travels with him to the Pagan Idol. The recipe shows up in the Easy Tiki book and the full recipe in the Minimalist Tiki book as well. As I was trying to find out more about the origin, I came across a blog post from Matt Petrick from Cocktail Wonk, also author of the Minimalist Tiki book, where he shed some light on the origin from William Preston, and it has nothing to do with any pandemic. He found some old backstory from the Tonga Room that mentioned quarantining the guests in the bowels of the ship, the SS Tonga. The Tonga Room started out as a swimming pool in the Fairmont, and in fact, the Fairmont was supposed to open just 2 weeks after the 1906 earthquake and fire. The famous terrace plunge at the Fairmont was built in 1929 and would exist for its guests to swim in until 1945, when it would be converted into a tropically themed bar where the pool would be converted into a lagoon, which is still there today. The Fairmont hired Hollywood set designer Mel Melvin to design the bar, and the ship that you are on is the SS Tonga, supposedly using salvaged wood from the SS Forester. Now, the official history from the Fairmont claims that the Tonga Room was originally named the SS Tonga, which might be true, and that it was originally an Art Deco cruise liner themed with lifeboats, metal air vents, and life preservers. And not to contradict the Fairmont, but there's no public reference I could find to it originally opening as the SS Tonga, and in fact, we see grand opening advertisements for the Tonga Room, and even the Tonga Room named at the time of the terrace plunge's closing. Regardless of all of that, it was that backstory of the SS Tonga that led to the naming of this drink. The drink also contains grapefruit juice and cinnamon syrup, which is often called upon in tiki drinks as a callback to Don's Mix. So we have some Angostura in here and some grapefruit pulling out some of those bitter flavors, which I appreciate because it just can't always be sweet on sweet on sweet. But if you do like sweet but still want to avoid all of the sugar, then you might like today's sponsor, which is Magic Spoon. Magic Spoon cereal has 0 sugar per serving, and their treats have just 1 gram of sugar per bar. I've been grabbing these often and having one of these right before filming an episode because they not only taste great, but they're also high in protein and have no artificial ingredients. Blueberry right now happens to be my favorite one. Magic Spoon cereal is 0 sugar, and I've said this before and I will say this again, but 0 sugar is great since everything I make here is full of sugar. Magic Spoon is also high protein and just 4 to 5 net grams of carbs per serving, which is great for a snack any time of day. And while I thought peanut butter and chocolate might be my favorite combo, I don't think I have a favorite. I like each one of these, and they're just all delicious. It just depends on what you're in the mood for. Use my code MakeDrink or click the link in the description to try Magic Spoon cereal or treats today and get $5 off. You can also find Magic Spoon on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product that it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee online. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. So click the link in the description or go to magicspoon.com/makedrink, or just scan the QR code that you see on the screen right now for $5 off. We are going to be using 2 rums for this recipe, and online you'll see plenty of options for this drink, but the somewhat official recipe and the blend that is eventually used at the Pagan Idol is Appleton Signature and Rum Bar Gold. And Rum Bar Gold is unfortunately no longer with us, so you could summon Worthy Park Select instead, or you could just do whatever that you want to do. But we're using 2 goldish Jamaican rums. This is one of those limit 2 per guest cocktails, and the ingredients on the menu not only say rum, lime, cinnamon, grapefruit, and bitters, but it also calls for darkness. Hold on. Hear the sound effect. You can't shake this one, but back in the day, Pagan Idol had vintage Hamilton Beach drink mixers, so we'll do that. Let's start with 5 dashes of Angostura bitters, 1 ounce of lime juice, 1 ounce of grapefruit juice, half an ounce of cinnamon syrup, half an ounce of passion fruit syrup, 1.5 ounces of a lightly aged Jamaican rum, and 1.5 ounces of another lightly aged Jamaican rum. So there you go, the quarantine order. All right, let's try it. Cheers. It's wonderful. It's delicious. It's not surprising that it tastes good, or that I think it tastes good. It's got all the things that I really enjoy in like a modern representation of modern tiki cocktails, which is a heavy dose of flavorful rum, and then delicious tropical flavors and syrups that we associate with classic tiki, just updated a little bit for modern tastes. The standard bar cocktail world gets these sort of eras that they're in, and tiki does as well. Tiki and tropical drinks do as well. But the flavors in here to me encapsulate the modern renaissance of tiki. So like the late 2000s up to maybe even 2020, when things weren't super advanced. We weren't clarifying everything, and we weren't acid adjusting things, but it was taking some older, like previously known recipes and updating them with the syrups and the rums that we have available now. And this has that quintessential flavor that I associate. A lot of you come here, probably the first thing you got into this was like the Smuggler's Cove book. So it has that flavor behind it. And that's not to say those are flavors synonymous with Smuggler's Cove, just that era in general, and how most of the people that come to this come through that book. But places like Pagan Idol, for instance, in this case, Tonga Room, but just simplistic cocktails really on their face, not 10, 12, 14 ingredients, that can still create something that's delicious. I don't think Rum Bar Gold is a collector's item bottle. I think that the Select is maybe identical, but the idea here for me is, I keep some of these bottles that maybe have gone discontinued in the last couple of years, so I can use them on camera for a cocktail. But this has a nice, pleasant Jamaican profile, rum profile in the background, but it's not overly funky. If you're not really into those, these two rums are pretty approachable, with the Rum Bar Gold giving a little bit more flavor than just Appleton Signature on its own. So all in all, an excellent cocktail, and I definitely pick up the passion fruit even more than the cinnamon and the grapefruit here. So passion fruit can take over a drink, but I don't know. I love passion fruit. That's just like a nice, easy way to get something to be more tropical with just one single ingredient. And if you want to know more about like syrups, then you can check out this video I have where I make really all of the most called for syrups that tiki and modern tropical cocktail books call for. We looked into this, we found the syrups that were called for the most, and I shared all of those and kind of my versions on them too. And some of these come directly from the books, but for the most part, the syrups that you see here on this channel, all of those ones come from that video. And when I need to make new syrups, I often have to go back and watch that video. I don't have these things memorized, but if you want to know how to make this passion fruit syrup, this cinnamon syrup, then you can go watch that video. But really, an excellent cocktail. I don't want to give the impression that it's somehow basic, because it is not. There's so much flavor going on here. But in terms of like bringing things back a touch from having to do a lot of work to make a cocktail, once you have all these syrups, you can easily make this. It is delicious. It is excellent. Something that comes from the Tonga Room in San Francisco. And if you've had it, you've probably either made it at home or had it at Pagan Idol. So that's it for this one. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like below. Consider subscribing to this channel. If you want to talk more about cocktails, then go check out my Patreon, where we have a Discord channel where people are up there all hours of the day talking about cocktails and syrups. And now a big swath of people really into slushies. So if you want to find like-minded individuals just like you, check out my Patreon and you get access to the Discord server. Otherwise, see you on the next one.